Hi friends, welcome back to Sip and Tea with Liz and G.
I'm Liz.
And I'm Genesis. And we hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Or not. I mean...
Yeah, you're right.
You could not be, like, American.
Yeah.
You could have not celebrated it.
But...
we hope you got them good Black Friday deals.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm, like, still full from, like, the Thanksgiving food. And I feel like I'll probably be full on Christmas. And I'll still eat.
I feel like we didn't have, like, the leftovers that we could have, like, that we usually do.
I don't know, but I'm still full.
Yeah, like, you know, I could be full, but also, like, give me a few hours and I'll have, like, another round.
Yeah.
Which is bad because I'll still be full.
I feel like everyone, like, who goes on, like, diets... these are the days they're waiting for. They prepare for these types of days. These are their cheat days.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the holiday season in general is like a cheat season. Because, like, you just build yourself up to, like, okay, Thanksgiving, can't do my diet there, but oh wait, Christmas is coming up, and you know, and it's just like a following, like, oop, gotta eat there.
You're right. But anyways, moving on to our main topic of this podcast. Earlier last week, there was an interview it was like a photo shoot / interview, right?
Yeah, so they had a behind the scenes interview.
It was with Unported, and it included Ellen Pompeo, Gabrielle Union, Gina Rodriguez, and Emma Roberts.
I low-key at first was like, what's Emma Roberts doing there with the other three girls?
Low-key, what was she doing there, though?
But it's like American Horror Story, so I get it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
but
Sarah
also
Paulson.
It's like, yeah, they could have gotten Sarah Paulson, but Sarah Paulson was like, nah, it's not for me.
I mean, that would have been really good lineup, though.
I know it would have.
Like, low-key, like, that interview, like, Emma Roberts was kind of, like, side.
There's a part where, like, the other girls, like, they do, like, a cheers. They bring their cups of water together, and Emma's, like, she's just, like, reaching.
Awkwardly, huh?
Yeah, because she doesn't make the cheer. Like, she ends up, like... on the side giving Gabrielle a cheer because she can't reach.
Well, because they were giving Ellen the cheers.
Okay, well, I know, but she was trying to reach.
Yeah, it was awkward.
And then Gabrielle kind of ended up giving her like a pity like tap to their
here you go,
cup
girl.
of water. Yeah,
it was I got you, girl.
Yeah, but basically what they covered though was like the whole point of the issue was just like women in television. What they covered was, like, you know, getting paid and, like, the barriers they face as women getting paid because, you know, like, obviously the topic of, like, equal pay is obviously everywhere. And they just spoke up about it. Emma talked a little bit about it and how she was, like, they kind of always face, like, how they're, like, well, if you don't take this, someone else will, or, like, just like, how much they've come in terms of, like, actually talking about their pay and like comparing them to each other so that they could fight for one another.
Yeah.
And like Ellen's been famous for like talking about that. She like just recently like did a deal with like the Grey's Anatomy producers where like she got a huge pay raise basically. At one point in the interview they did end up talking about like, because obviously equal pay is a huge issue for women, but it also like there's an intersectionality behind that. Obviously, like it varies the way, you know, what your race is, like, you know,
and that's what they kind of pointed out too, you know.
Yeah, and I think we've all probably seen that, like the scale percentages of like how much of a man's dollar a white woman makes versus a black woman versus an Asian woman, etc. So then they started talking about that. And that's when Ellen was like, oh, so we're talking about race now. And, like, you could see, like, Gina and Gabrielle Union's face, like, just look at each other, like, what's she gonna say?
Like, what's she gonna say, yeah.
And, like, Ellen has been known for speaking up about race issues quite often. Like, she, like, dragged someone on Twitter about it. And she was like...
Was that when she was like, meet me on Crenshaw and Slauson?
Yeah, like meet me at the corner of Crenshaw and Slauson. I'm not kidding, or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I can't take her seriously at that point because she was like it was just a whole drag, and she was just like saying nonsensical stuff at one point, and she was like just like name dropping her like black family. There was like it also kind of reminded me of like a few years ago No, like, not just a few years ago, but it was a while ago. There was an interview where, like, Ellen literally, like, leaves the room because she's so it was, like, a sit down with, like, the TGIT crew, Shonda Rhimes, Kerry Washington, Ellen Pompeo, and Viola Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about Viola Davis, like, backlash she received as, like, a black woman, and how it was just, like, they basically called her, like, an angry black woman, and they, like, pointed that stereotype on her and her character, Annalise Keating. Basically, like, Shonda Rhimes and Viola Davis were just, like, talking about, like, the backlash and what it did. And Ellen, white Ellen, she goes, if any good comes out of ignorance, then I'll take the ignorance. And Viola Davis, because, like, they're commenting on the backlash, and she was like, well, if any good comes out of ignorance, then I'll take the ignorance. Like, she'll take the backlash if, like, good comes out of what happens because of it. And then, like, in the comment of the interview, it's like, Davis lets out a big sigh, and they go, do you feel that way, Viola? And she's like, I understand what Ellen is talking about, but I've been on the other side of ignorance. And then Ellen, she leaves the room crying because Viola basically is like, girl, shut up, you're not black, you're white, and you don't know, you know. And it's just like, you get me, like,
yeah.
And I think this kind of just reminded me of what happened here in this Porter interview. Like, when Gabrielle and Gina started discussing race in terms of equal pay, she just mentions, like, it's my job to, like we're supposed to be uncomfortable, and she goes, I'm not uncomfortable talking about it.
Well, first of all, I think we should explain what happened. They had this interview with Netta Porter, and basically they were, like you said, they were talking about, like, the wage gaps and everything. But then, like, there was a moment, like, at the end where Ellen just kind of, like, points out the fact that when she walked in that day at the photo shoot, there wasn't enough color, and she didn't see enough color when she walked in the room today, and she kind of didn't see the room as how she sees the world we walk in.
Yeah. But, like, preceding that, though, there were times where they talked, like, Gina and Gabrielle discussed how hard it was to have those conversations when they don't want to seem ungrateful for the opportunity they have.
Yeah.
And Ellen just the whole time was, like, basically, like, every time she spoke up, she acted like she was helping. And in the end, it just, like, demeaned the plight it takes for them. Like, she was just like, well, I don't care. It's not uncomfortable for me. And, like, I'll do it. Like, I'll be the one to do it. Like, you know, like, and it's just like, thanks. We get it. You're white and can say those things. But the whole time, it just, I don't know, like, yeah, she should be saying those things because she, as a white person, does have the power to have that discussion. No, has the power and has the clout because she's been leading the show for, like, a decade and a half.
Yeah, like, she's good.
Yeah, like, she's set in that. Like, she doesn't have that fragility of, like, a starting project or, like, not a super famous actress, you know?
But, I mean, Gabrielle Union's, like...
But she could be, like, I know, but, like, she's still gonna struggle with it.
Yeah.
Just in
general. And that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my thing is, I get what you're saying, but I feel like Ellen pointing out the fact that it's her job, the fact that she's privileged enough to say it, like, girl, yeah, low-key, it is your fault. Because she literally said, it's our job because we're the people who did this. And you know what? And girl, you're right. And
she is right.
Yeah.
My thing is, and she started crying, and she started in the end, she, like, started interrupting Gabrielle and Gina when they were talking to just be like, it's not your job, it's my job. And it's like that, it just came off so performative to me considering everything else she said in the past.
I just didn't see it that way.
It was like, thank you, but, like, you don't have to make a scene and be like, this is everything I do for you guys because I know how hard it is. Like, you get me? Like, good for you, Ellen, but, like, the way she said it was so performative to me.
I don't know. I honestly thought it was, like, very good that someone like her spoke up. Her meaning she's white. She's had a career for, like, how many years already with Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah,
like she's up there, and she really took the time to, like, just say something, because, like Gabrielle and Gina said, they don't even think that they would have even brought up that conversation in the interview.
Yeah, they would have done it like after in a phone call.
Like they wouldn't have been brave enough to do that because, like they said, it's something that they felt that it would probably affect them in their career.
Yeah, I know. And I do think she was right in what she did. I just think the way she made a spectacle of what she did, like she did it and then she said, look what I did. Like it just came off like weird to me. I was like, okay, like do you want like the biggest thank you in the world or something? Like it's just like,
I don't think she
it was
said
just a
it
nice
of that.
act.
Yeah.
But I think the way she like basically like the way she came off to me after it, like she was good for doing that. But then like what even more bugged me was like at the end of the day, she was the one who got the spotlight out of it. That video went viral when there was a whole like 30 minutes of Gabrielle making points, Gina making points about the actual things that like it's basically just her speaking over them.
Okay. No, I actually do get what you mean because when you hear about that interview, you do hear about Ellen. Like when I just saw the clip on like Twitter of like her going off, I'm like, oh, let me see this whole interview. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate that she stood up for this cause. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I do see your point in that it kind of overshadowed like our voices as people of color. But I feel like in general, that's a thing that's been happening in general. Like with the whole feminism thing, I feel like people kind of give it to like the Emma Watson, like the he for she thing.
Oh yeah.
But like Beyonce's been talking about this for years, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like Nicki Minaj was talking about it for years. Like
Nicki Minaj is not a good example of this. Let's back.
No. But I'm saying like people of color have been talking about feminism for years, but then like it didn't become a thing when like until like white women started talking about it in the media.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we've been saying the same thing.
Yeah.
That's just what I meant.
I just think there's a difference between Ellen Pompeo doing it but then later like making a spectacle of how like she'd like and then making a spectacle of the fact that she did it, bragging about it, crying about it, versus Jessica Chastain and Octavia Spencer when we found out about what she did through Octavia, not Jessica telling everyone, look what I did. Like, you know, Jessica did it because she wanted to help a friend, and she did it like I think it just came off more pure that way. And like Ellen wouldn't have done the same thing. She would have been like, look what I did, guys. And it's just like I just think it makes me uncomfortable how like it really does feel performative to me, versus Jessica Chastain just did it to do it. And the only time she ever talked about it was after Octavia told people what she did. And when she talked about it like she talked about why she did it and why it was important for her friend. And that's when she like went off, you know?
Yeah, that's when she talked about it. I just think like this is obviously just my opinion. I do get what you're saying. I do understand, and I do feel like maybe it could have been performative, but at the same time, I thought it was kind of good for her to like point that out in front of everybody. Like they even mentioned the fact that like earlier in the interview that it would have been nice to see if the photographer was a woman.
Yeah.
You know, not a man.
Yeah.
I just felt like it needed to be said. And like I mentioned before, Gina and Gabrielle wouldn't have been comfortable like saying something like that. They would have probably talked about it behind like closed doors, you know, like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I do get what you mean. But also, did you notice how like Emma Roberts, like people were dragging Emma Roberts because she was just like chilling?
Yeah, but honestly,
like when you look at the videos, you do kind of see like look, when you look at the videos, just the little snippets of like Ellen talking, and then the girls meaning like Gabrielle and Gina, like just looking at her like, wow, you really spoke. Mm-hmm. And then Emma Roberts on the side. Your first instinct is to think like, oh, like what's Emma doing?
Yeah, like we said, what's Emma doing there?
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever had anything to say about any of this. Mm-hmm. Like I've never heard her speak about something like this before.
But then like when you watch the whole interview, like if you have watched the whole interview, I feel like she's just chilling. Like she's just trying to like sneak everything in. Like I think it was better for her to stay quiet if she had nothing to like contribute to it. Like,
yeah, like she barely spoke, but also like
when she did speak, it made good. She wasn't
points. Gonna pull an Ellen and make a spectacle and start crying about how hard it is to like be white.
Well, I don't think she's on her status to like even be saying anything.
No, I just think she wasn't gonna pull an Ellen. She watched Ellen cry. She was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that, sis." She like literally listened to the rest of the girls when they spoke because she knew they had much more to say. And Emma just said what she had to say, and she listened to everyone. And sometimes like not speaking doesn't mean you're not like listening. I feel like she was better off participating as much as she did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was like people were dragging her, but if they saw the whole interview, I think it was better off that she didn't really.
Yeah, like she did good.
Yeah, like you did your part, girl.
Yeah, and she did cheer people on when like it was time to. When she did like. Even if it was just like little side comments, she at least like did contribute, like, oh, like, wow, like, you know, I don't know, like she praised when she could, or like she was like did her little facial reactions.
Yeah, but like the interview, like the whole subject, it kind of made me sad for like people like Gina or people like Gabrielle, because like me and you, we see them as like these women who like, wow, like they're really up there, like they made it.
To me, Gabrielle should be like one of the top, etc. Like I feel like she's been super famous for a while now, and it's like the fact that she's on one of these and she has to like still fight that fight.
Yeah, like it made me sad, like, you know. Like you think Gabrielle would be doing so well, and you know what, she is doing well, but she's not getting paid what she deserves.
Yeah,
you know, and it sucks that like Hollywood just think that everyone's replaceable. Like they treat them like that.
Yeah,
when they're these like big billion-dollar corporations that could be paying them what they need to be paid and what they're supposed to be paid.
Yeah, true.
And it's just like, it's just so disheartening to see like women, especially women of color, not getting paid their worth. And like they even talked about the fact that like nowadays, like they can find out what like other people get paid.
Yeah, they can. So yeah, if you do have time, watch that video. It was pretty good. Like aside from like what we had to say about it, like they all made some really good points, and like it does give you a new perspective on like what these actresses go through, and like basically the way they've had to deal with the like ongoing struggle of like finding out how you get paid and like comparing the like wage gap.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to tea time.
Yes. Ariana Grande is like has been teasing her Thank You Next music video for a few days now. It was like a guessing game of which rom-com she was gonna put in there, but it's, from what we can obviously see, like it's like rom-com based or like chick flick based. Actually, it's like Bring It On, 13 Going on 30,
Legally
Mean Girls,
Blonde,
and Legally Blonde. And like it's pretty cool. Even the actresses who've starred in it, like Gabrielle Union and Reese Witherspoon, have like shouted it out and been like excited for it. Legends. And it's just like it's getting a lot of hype. Like even the Victorious cast,
I'm so excited for it though.
Like the Victorious cast, Daniela Monet, who played what's your face?
She played Trina. She played Victoria Justice's sister.
Yeah, I low-key wanted Victoria Justice to be in it just for the fun of it. But
we all
like
sing. Just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we all sing. But yeah, and Elizabeth Gillis, who's like known as like they're like a pair, Ariana and her. Like they've just been friends for like the longest time.
Yeah.
She's in it. She's playing like Katie in Mean Girls, in the Mean Girl scenes. Colleen Ballinger with her pregnant belly is
girl, how is this girl going
I know
that?
Like I thought
she looks like she's about to like pop out.
Yeah, like any minute. And I thought like from like YouTube thumbnails, I thought she's been in pain.
Yeah.
Like does she have time? Does she have the energy for this?
For real.
But yeah, she was rocking the 2-piece cheerleader suit. She also got Jonathan Bennett to be in it. That was Aaron Samuels in the original Mean Girls.
Yeah, what a legend.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's building a lot of hype. A lot of people are excited. A lot of like, I saw like Gigi Hadid commenting and was like, when is the video out? And like Perry Edwards of Little Mix was like talking about it on her Instagram stories. And just in general, it's like been building a lot of hype. Been
getting hyped, yeah.
And I low-key think this girl's about to break the YouTube record.
I'm excited for her.
Yeah, she's really doing that.
Oh wait, Matt Bennett's gonna be in it too.
Oh, yeah.
From Victorious.
Yeah, I know. He's Robbie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Rita Ora was getting dragged by the internet for lip singing at the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. But then, like, John Legend defended her, basically saying that they kind of have to all lip sync in the parade because the floats don't really have the capacity to handle all the equipment for, like, the sound.
I don't know why she was getting dragged. Every single person who sang at that lip syncs, and if they're not lip syncing the, like, studio track, they're, like, lip syncing from, like, a pre-recorded track of a performance that she would have done, you know? Like, that's what they do. They always lip sync it.
Yeah. And I don't know if, like, people, like, you've heard Rita Ora sing, but she can really sing.
Yeah, like, she does sing.
Yeah, like, she has a good voice.
And John Legend was lip syncing too.
Yeah, like, he literally said, yeah. Like, I don't know how y'all really expected her to do this live. I thought it was just common knowledge.
Yeah. But honestly, I didn't know she was getting dragged. I only found out about this after John Legend was defending her. Like, I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, I guess because, like, it was obvious. I guess it didn't, like, she didn't go with the track or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
But still, I don't know.
Yeah. And then another news, the Lion King trailer came out.
I know.
I loved it so much. I loved it. It was so cool. And the trailer was actually viewed over 224 million times in just a day, which is like a record, I believe. And like Disney even was like, thank you for making this the most whatever.
I just have to say, baby Simba
was so cute.
I didn't think he could get any cuter.
The way they lifted him and his little paw against the big paw. And I'm just super excited about this, honestly. Like, the cast seems perfect to me. Mm-hmm. Beyonce's in it. That's all you need to know. But also, like, Seth Rogen is like Pumbaa. Yeah, that's amazing.
You know the original Mufasa is gonna be this Mufasa too.
Yeah, and it's good. It's what he deserves.
For real.
Who else can be Mufasa?
Like, nobody else can be Mufasa.
Yeah. So honestly, it's super exciting, and I think Disney's just milking the remakes, to be honest.
Honestly, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Nicole Polizzi, aka Snooki from Jersey Shore, she's pregnant with her third child.
Queen of being pregnant with her third child.
For real. They're a cute little family.
Yeah.
You know, like,
little Italian.
I love them.
People.
Her children are so cute.
Mm-hmm. Michael B. Jordan was on Ellen, and he like confessed that he like hooked up with like women on his DMs.
Wow.
Michael B. Jordan is a very sought after guy. Like, this is probably, I bet like his like DMs were just like blowing up after that.
No, for real.
You know?
But he was so casual about it, like in the interview with Ellen.
But if he's actually done it, like if he's actually like followed through and like actually replies to it, most people would just like not open them, ignore them, have like 1,000 notifications. But he's out there.
Go off, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, so Justin Bieber, he like, I feel like we've been knowing, but he confirmed his marriage on Instagram on Thanksgiving. He like posted a picture of like him and Hailey and said like something about like love is hard, but basically being thankful for like having everyone in his family like on Thanksgiving, like from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, we get it, y'all married.
For real. Like, we've been knowing.
I feel like we've always been including them some way in our tea time. And it's like, Hailey changed her Instagram name to Hailey Bieber.
She did.
Like, hear Sip and Tea with Liz and G for your updates on Hailey and Justin Bieber's marriage.
True.
But, something that was kind of funny. Well, it was funny, actually. Snoop Dogg, he got a Hollywood star recently. And they do a little like thank you speech, and he went on there and he said like he thanked himself, and it was very funny. He just went off and he was like, I want to thank myself. I never gave up for all the work I did,
for believing in myself.
Yeah, and it was, if you look at the video, it's actually really funny.
But Snoop Dogg's always funny. He just looks like he's always like on something.
He is. I bet he is.
He's cool with that though.
And it makes him funny. So that's how if he's an entertainer, he's got entertained somehow.
You're right. Yeah. Snoop Dogg's just funny, and he deserves that.
Yeah.
He deserves the Walk of Fame star.
Yeah. If you do the rap of the California Girls song by Katy Perry, you deserve it. Shut up. He should have gotten his Hollywood star a long time ago.
No, but for real, I just think that he had one already. I didn't even know he didn't have one.
A lot of people don't have one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just don't know who has one, who doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so earlier, on Thanksgiving, Kourtney Kardashian shot down a pregnancy rumor because basically there was a video that Kendall posted where she had her hand on her stomach, and then so basically she shot it down by like replying to a fan. My arm looks good on that picture. Like, no, I'm not pregnant, but my arm looks good.
T. How many? She has 3 kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. No comment.
Yeah. And then in more Ariana news,
Queen.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know Piers Morgan. I'm not talking to you, Genesis. I'm talking to like the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Piers Morgan, but he's constantly getting.
He's annoying.
Yeah, he's constantly starting beef with people, especially like.
He just wants to be relevant. He's just this annoying white guy.
Annoying white guy who like hates women.
Yeah.
But he was shaming Little Mix and insulting Ellen. They was basically talking about like. It was very like anti-women, to be honest. Like shaming Little Mix for just like their video and how like they show their skin and they're like embracing their sexualities and etc. etc. Just like basically shaming them for being confident and showing off their bodies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Ariana and Joan Grande,
which is her mom.
Yeah, her mom. They were both fighting him, which go off Little Mix with the promo again.
For real.
But yeah, they're like, she just went off on like a feminist rant, and she even like took a picture of, tweeted a picture of Piers Morgan also promote like doing a photo shoot with him barely naked, and just like, oh, but it's okay when you do it, and it was just a whole thing. She just dragged him to hell. She just went
on mama bear on them. Yeah, on him.
Yeah, so queen of sticking up for people.
And Queen Ariana too.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I think she tweeted back, like, I also use my sexuality and my voice.
Yeah.
Because he was claiming that, like, they don't need that. But you know what? It's none of your business.
True. And, like, if you hear, like, Wasabi, for example, like, they call out people like him.
They don't care.
Exactly. Like, it's like, yeah, you're going to do it. You're going to talk about us all the time. But, like, we don't care. Like, that's, you know, like,
stay
at the end of the day,
lane.
you're still talking about me. Yeah. So, like, they have for a while now been addressing the fact that like they get shamed for the way they dress. I remember like, I don't know, I forgot where, I think it was like a teaser for one of their videos. There's like, warning, there are leotards, you know, like it's just like they're constantly addressing the fact that they get shamed for how they dress, and it's like, no more.
Yeah, like they're just doing their thing. They don't care anymore.
It, like, fuck it.
Yeah,
you know,
like y'all are gonna talk anyway.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on. So Paris Hilton and Chris Zilka ended their engagement. You know what?
I know who that is.
I didn't know he had actually dated Lucy Hale before.
Cool.
And Robert De Niro and his wife of 20 years, Grace Hightower, are divorcing after 20 years. That sucks.
Yeah, I remember seeing something about that. Something else that's been happening recently, and also but like long-standing. Jamila Jamil, she's an actress on The Good Place. She plays Tahani, and she's
Queen.
like in a constant battle with like weight loss, like promotion.
Well, she struggled with like,
I think she had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
And I think she's very
vocal.
She's very vocal about eating like just the struggle women face with like constantly being pressured about their bodies, and like companies like Flat Tummy Co. being promoted and like making women like question themselves and like just judge themselves based on their weight and compare themselves to each other. And it's like she actually started a whole campaign called #IWeigh, and it's like, instead of like saying your pounds, you're like, I weigh like my good job and my, you know, my like my, I don't know, my intelligence, etc. Something like that.
It's just like a body positivity thing.
It's less that, and it's more like seeing yourself like as worth more than what you weigh and what you look like, you know? And so, yeah, she's constantly like fighting that good fight. And she came for the Kardashians again because Khloe, like, she's like, did a whole Black Friday thing, like, buy this flat tummy co.
It was like the protein shake stuff, right?
It's a protein shake. And she's like, all they're good for is like giving you diarrhea and giving you pain. And she was like encouraging people to speak up about like the fact that like
they're not good for you.
Yeah, that they're not good for you. And she's been dragging them. And in general, she drags them constantly. She did an interview podcast on like BBC where she dragged them too, and she was like basically saying that the Kardashians are so anti-feminist that they promote something that like constantly forces women to like compare themselves, make them feel bad about themselves, and like conform themselves into like a certain weight.
Yeah,
because they're constantly promoting a flat stomach. Yeah,
but like I like that she also mentioned the fact that she doesn't hate Khloe Kardashian because she's kind of like the byproduct of her sisters like bullying her sisters and her mom and her family bullying her into like looking a certain way.
Yeah, I think she's always compared herself to everyone, to her other sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, I mean, if you have a sister who's Kim Kardashian, who's like literally on Snapchat went off about how like, oh my god, I look anorexic, like she was getting complimented for looking like she had an eating disorder. Like, if that's your sister and you are like not as like thin as her, you're gonna do that to yourself too. Like, you're gonna like try to like lose your weight. And like Khloe is very much about losing weight and like working out and showing that she works out.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's just, yeah,
like she became like a health freak,
and it is a product of that. But at the same time, it's just like the Kardashians live off of showing off
their bodies,
the fact that they can afford to have that kind of care.
Mm-hmm.
And like to have the work they have had. And it's like, it's so like, I don't know, it's like you influence young girls every day, and that's her point. Like, they are the influencers, and they're promoting fixing yourself as if you have something to fix. And when no one else has the like resources that the Kardashians have to like fix themselves and conform themselves, and they're basically like promoting like not loving yourself and like making yourself change to look like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like, yeah, she's like, it's not like, I think it just goes back to like, it's not really about like, go Kardashians, if they can afford to look great then they should do it or whatever. It's more like you're telling young girls that you need to buy something to like look like them.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so she just basically, the news is Jamila Jamil went off again.
Proud of her. Okay, so moving on to this or that, Thanksgiving edition.
Yep.
So turkey or ham?
Ham.
Same. I feel like turkey is too dry.
I've never liked turkey. Meat. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I like turkey legs, like at Disneyland or something. But I do get tired of it eventually. So I'm not sure how much I like it. But yeah, it's always going to be ham for me.
Same.
Macy's Parade or football game.
Honestly, I don't
care for football. I care for the halftime show at the Super Bowl in February. But like, yeah, Macy's Parade. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't even watch any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care for football. But I don't watch the Macy's Parade either. So if I had to choose, I'd probably choose the Macy's Parade just because their singer's going to be there all the time.
Tea.
Okay, so stuffing or dressing?
Like, what do you mean by dressing?
I don't know, bro.
Like on a salad?
That's what I'm thinking.
This is Thanksgiving.
But
well, there's greens. But, I would say stuffing.
Yeah, stuffing, I guess.
Yeah. Pumpkin pie versus pecan pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie too.
I don't think I've tasted pecan pie.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
I don't know, because I have.
Oh, that doesn't mean I have.
Yeah, it doesn't, but I feel like you have.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't like pumpkin anything. Like pumpkin spice latte. What the hell is that? Pumpkin.
It's good.
I guess.
You've never tasted it.
I think I have.
Lies.
But like, I don't like anything pumpkin related. But like, pumpkin pie is like the only pumpkin I'll eat.
Yeah, it's just because like there was a time where I tried pumpkin pie, like matched with like vanilla ice cream.
Oh,
and
what?
that just, you were there. You also had it.
Are you sure?
And the point is, and ever since then, I just like it opened me up to pumpkin pie, and I just see it differently now. I just like it now.
Mm. Okay, so Cyber Monday or Black Friday?
Black Friday is cool, but she's not Cyber Monday. Even though technically I probably do more in Black Friday than I do in Cyber Monday if I even participate. But I feel like I'm just more prone to online shopping than like real life shopping.
Okay, my thing is, I feel like Black Friday has become a mixture of, it just extends to Cyber Monday because it's online anyway, so it's interchangeable now. I just like you could do your online shopping on Black Friday and they'll still have like the deals.
Cyber Monday isn't that big a deal,
and you don't have to be waiting in the lines and the chaos.
True, and they've just like these sales or something. It's not like a Black Friday specific event. Like they've been doing this for like the week of Black Friday. Like, you know, they've just been doing it.
Yeah,
like the online stores.
Like honestly, I don't got time to go into stores. Like I don't even get out of my house. Like it's just better. It's just easier for me to to do everything online. Like I don't want to like go through the hassle of like looking through parking, then waiting in line, and then sometimes
it is a mess.
And then sometimes like what you want isn't even there anymore. It's not worth it, and the deals aren't even that good anymore. It's like if it's 20% off, like that's not a deal.
Yeah, you got to do your research
For real.
Yeah. Okay. Cook versus clean, aka would you rather cook that whole meal or clean up after the meal?
I hate cooking, but I hate cleaning.
You hate cooking?
I like eating.
Me. But I don't know. I feel like I don't think I would mind. I would mind cleaning. I just don't think I would have a better time cooking.
I'd rather cook.
But like the thing is, cooking is so stressful. Like,
I'd rather clean.
Just because I don't have that much experience. Like I've always been like wondering what the hell I'm gonna do in the future. Like no way I'm gonna be able to make a Thanksgiving meal.
No, for real. I'm gonna tell everybody like, people. You know what, potluck.
Yeah, potluck. Because I'll bring the plates.
For real.
Because like I don't know, I feel that's
because
it's a lot of pressure like to like cook for that many people, and it's like Thanksgiving is supposed to be like the meal of the year. You know,
for real.
It's supposed to be good and bomb, and like I don't know.
I'll screw it up.
I don't know if I'm that strong of a cook.
So, would you rather be a host or a guest?
I think being a host would be fun, but the whole cooking thing, like I said.
I think I'd rather be a guest because as much fun as it would be to host, I don't want to go through that stress of like hosting. True. Like I'm not Monica. You're the one, I can't do it.
I love Monica. I respect her,
but I can't do it.
She's amazing. Would want to be her, but I'm not her. I'm a Rachel. I show up.
Same.
So, and sometimes I'm brave enough to cook the trifle, but I'll fuck it up.
Me.
Okay. Mashed potatoes versus sweet potato.
This isn't even like a competition for me. Mashed potatoes all the way.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes are like one of my faves in general.
Yeah, mashed potatoes are a classic. Yeah, love them. Would die for them.
Me every day. Okay, so last one. Rolls or biscuits? Like dinner rolls.
Biscuits are good, but Hawaiian bread.
Yeah, I think like for Thanksgiving, like dinner rolls, bro.
Yeah, it's dinner rolls.
It's just the go-to. You have to.
Like biscuits, you're good with mashed potatoes. You do the job, but you're not biscuits. Rolls.
Any other occasion, biscuits.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But rolls, it's gotta be it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was our little this or that Thanksgiving edition. We hope whether you're recovering from your Thanksgiving meals or preparing to shop, you're having a good time doing it.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. You deserve it. And goodbye. So we hope you enjoyed whatever that was. Thank you for listening.
Please listen and subscribe to us on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Just whatever's your cup of tea.
Pun intended.
And don't forget to leave a like and review. Also follow us on Instagram. Our handle is @SipandTeaPodcast. And check out our website at sipandtea.co.
Look forward to our next episode next Monday on Sip and Tea with Liz and G.
Have a great week.
Goodbye.